Hey, it's Stargirl.thepracticalwitch, and welcome to another one of my pick a card readings. Today we are going to figure out what is your destiny and where will you find your destiny. So before we get started, I need you to pick one of the 5 groups. This is group 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once you've picked a group, you can fast forward to the timestamp I provide down below to see what your results are. Keep in mind, this is a general reading, so it's not going to resonate with everyone. If it doesn't resonate with you, that just means this message was not for you, and just wait for the next video. With that, I'm going to go ahead and get started on the message. Group number 1. Let's see what your destiny is and where you can find your destiny. Okay, so what I'm getting from this is you guys are meant to have a sudden change of destiny. And what I mean by that is life isn't supposed to be easy for you in the beginning. Life isn't supposed to be easy for you from the start. And the reason why that is because your destiny is to prove everyone wrong. Your destiny is to literally, actually like the Drake song, start from the bottom and end up on the top. So in your life, you're going to go through moments where you feel really defeated. You're going to go through moments where you think you didn't choose the right path. You feel like you're on a dead end. You're going to go through moments where you have crazy amounts of heartbreak. And I'm sorry if that's not what you want to hear, but with this pick a card, I really want to be honest with you, and I really want to give you accurate guidance on your destiny. This isn't a all sunshine and rainbows pick a card, and I'm sorry if that's what you're looking for, but this right here is honestly what I'm seeing for your life. But the thing about it is, even though you're going to go through loss, even though you're going to go through pain with the Queen of Swords reversed, what I see from you is you blossoming from the Page of Cups to the Knight of Cups to the King. Look at that progression right here. We have the Page, we have the Knight of Cups, and then we have the King. So you are meant to shock everyone around you with how far you came. You're the person who wasn't supposed to make it, but you made it. You were the person who got dealt a bad hand, a hand that wasn't fair, but somehow you made it. You started from the bottom and ended up at the top. I'm literally going to have that Drake song stuck in my head for forever. So yeah, even though the beginning of your life isn't going to be all sunshine and rainbows, yeah, it's not fair that you have to go through what you have to go through. At the end of your life and throughout your life, you're going to have experienced more, probably more luxury, probably more happiness than anyone. It's almost like you paid your dues at the beginning. You went through that pain. You, in a way, I'm trying to see this as like, this is teaching you to be humble. Your beginnings were teaching you to be humble. So when you ended up being the king, you could have sympathy and empathy. And another thing I'm seeing for you is I feel like a lot of your hardships will fuel your career and your destiny. So when I have cups, I really feel like this is normally something to do with either healing or being creative of some sort. Doing something you're truly passionate about. So for those of you who are artists, I truly, truly, truly believe that pain you go through at the beginning of your life, that heartbreak, that sorrow, that loss, that dead end, the feeling like I'm not going to go anywhere, I truly believe that is what's going to fuel your art. I feel like that's what's going to fuel your success. Everyone who's ever picked on you, everyone who have ever said you weren't going to make it, everyone who ever doubted you, all the hardships, that is what's going to motivate you and fuel your success until you make it to the very top. And I want you to know that, okay? So don't get discouraged if you're in that moment right now. Now, one thing I see for you is great romance. This is not a deck of someone who isn't going to get married or isn't going to have a great love. For what I see from you is you are meant to have a great once-in-a-lifetime love. And you might be someone who's actually really bitter right now. Maybe you've been through all the hardship and you might be like, no, that's not for me. But I'm telling you, like all of this romantic cards, you are going to marry your soulmate. That is in the cards for you. And this is a type of love that lasts for a long time. This is a type of commitment that they write stories about, and I see that for you. Will you have to go through some heartbreak first? Yes, but when you meet this person, it's going to be like no words can describe it. And I also have slave. So I really want to reiterate again. Let's do this again so you guys can see this imagery. You start out as a slave. You turn into the page. You turn into the knight. And then you turn into the king. Look at that. Look at that progression. And guys, I didn't handpick this. This was like all me channeling, the energies of the universe. This was all me really tuning into the collective consciousness when I did this. You are going to end, your beginnings will be humble, but you're going to end up in this place where you will be blessed with abundance, love, and happiness. So don't give up. Don't give up on that struggle. Don't give up on that fight, because that struggle is supposed to push you into success. Now, how are you going to find this? Okay, let's see. One card I have is walk away from dishonest associations. Realizing that what you thought you wanted isn't the best choice for your happiness, something that's not worth the effort. So what this is telling me is right now you need to abandon something that's no longer working for you. This could be a dysfunctional relationship. This could be dysfunctional friends who don't believe in you. This could be studying something you're not passionate about. This could be working a job you don't care about. You need to put something to an end right now that is causing you unhappiness, or that in your heart you're not passionate about. So that's the first step to finding your destiny. Okay, the second step. Falling in love suddenly, being swept off your feet, the need to stay grounded during a very emotional experience. Okay, so what I'm seeing from this is go out and find your passion. Go out and do what it is that you truly love, that makes you feel passionate about life. So quit whatever it is that's bumming you out and find that thing that makes you happy. Find that thing that you would do even if you weren't paid. Find that thing and go do that thing that you love regardless of anything. And once you do that, you will be on the path to your destiny, starting out as a slave and ending up being the king. And another thing I'm seeing for you is I see you guys having a family, because I have the 10 of Autumn, and this really talks about like having a large family, making wise investments. I see you making really wise investments, and by the time you're older, retiring very, very comfortably. I see you having a big family, like more than one kid. I see you having, and even if you can't have kids, I see you adopting and keeping those like traditional family values and being a family that's really close together. And I also see you passing down your wealth to your children, or your legacy to your children. And, when you raise your children, teaching them the importance of being humble, because you are one of those people who had to work your way up from the bottom. So you guys have an amazing destiny. You honestly have like a flip in destiny waiting for you. And that's all I have for that group. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next. All right, to group number 2, let's see what your destiny is and how you will find your destiny. Okay, guys, so what I'm seeing from this pretty much is you guys are meant to be your own brand. And what I mean by this is, how some people are entrepreneurs because they invent a service or an idea and it becomes successful? You are going to be an entrepreneur, but not in that sense. You're going to be an entrepreneur in the way that you sell yourself. So some good examples of this are people who have their own YouTube channels. Like, think about it, Shane Dawson, Trisha Paytas, all the big ones. They made themselves a brand. It wasn't necessarily like what they created or what they did. They became a brand by being themselves, because I have Deliante, which really reminds me of that. Like, I'm not saying... it's not like you don't have talent, but you're someone who's so multi-talented that it's hard for you to contain your interest and your pursuits all in one thing. You're someone who dabbles in a little bit of everything as an artist. So I used to say, I'm an artist, but I don't have a specific artistic talent. I just know that I'm creative. And that's kind of what I see for you. And I see you marketing yourself, and that kind of like creative air about you and making it a successful business. Now, another example of this is also like people who use their social media and use themselves as a model, people who have their own clothing brand and use themselves as a face of a brand. So I see you branding yourself and actually becoming successful, being the face of your own brand. Now, one thing I'm seeing right now is you actually don't need to do anything right now to find your destiny. Well, there's actually one thing. With judgment upside down, I'm seeing that right now you're in a negative vibrational space. You are not aligned with your higher self right now. You're doubting yourself. And I'm also feeling like the universe is trying to send you a clear message of what you need to do, and you're just not hearing it. But you know deep down in your gut what that message is and what you need to do. But I feel like right now you're really blocked off from that intuitive message because you're in this negative vibrational state and you're unable to receive that message from your higher self. Another thing I see for you guys is I don't see you guys like dying alone. Like, for some people that's what they want and that's all well and good, but we have the 10 of Cups. So I really feel like you are meant to have a family regardless of whether or not what your orientation is. Maybe you adopt, but I definitely see you having a family of your own and being in a family environment. I don't see you going on this journey alone. I see that your family will empower you and your family will lift you up. So I do see that for you as well. Okay, so one thing specifically I'm seeing is I see your destiny is to actually influence people to do the right thing. So I see you as someone who's going to have a lot of influence over others because you are someone who's going to be the face of your brand. You're someone who has the potential to be very inspiring. And I actually see it's part of your destiny to inspire people into spirituality. I see like spiritual entrepreneur actually, because the Queen of Wands and the 10 of Cups is actually a very known spiritual entrepreneur set. So that can mean like selling crystals. I'm talking about the law of attraction on your YouTube channel, or like on Instagram, posting uplifting posts, so people's vibrations are raised because of your content. And I see you helping people and inspiring people by leading by example. So almost like instead of being like a spiritual teacher, I see you like living the lifestyle and people looking at you, feeling inspired by you and wanting to live that spiritual lifestyle because you do, and you don't abuse your influence. Instead, you don't make people feel bad like, oh, hey, look at this mansion and this car I have. When you brand yourself, you're instead going to be like, I made it, you can too. And you're going to lift people up with your social media. You're going to lift people up with your brand. And I feel like that's part of your destiny. Okay, you also have a natural gift. Like people like listening to you talk with storyteller. So this actually could be also like acting or some kind of performing where you use your voice, you use your personality to propel yourself to the top. Okay, so what you need to do to find your destiny. So one thing I'm seeing is wait. Just wait. Right now, I feel like you have some control issues. You're like, okay, I need to know exactly what it is I'm supposed to be doing right now. I need to implement an action. You don't need to do anything right now. You are on the right path right where you are. You need to wait and really take time to quiet your mind and listen from that message from your higher self, from God, whatever it is you believe, because they're trying to tell you what the next step is. There is some sort of change that needs to be made in your life, obviously, but in order for you to listen to what that is, in order for you to know what direction that is, you have to quiet your mind and wait for the answer instead of always being on the go, go, go. Relinquish control for a second and listen to the message that you're intuitively getting in your heart about what the next step is. Because guess what? I have positive changes are on the way. A welcome relief from troubled times, traveling and relocating. So one thing I'm seeing is for some of you guys is it's time for you guys to move or change where you live. I really feel that with judgment. And I feel like a lot of you are kind of hesitant right now. Maybe you don't want to move. Maybe that would disrupt your plans. But with the 6 of Winter and Judgment, I feel like you need to make that leap of faith and move or relocate or change something in your life. But I really feel like it has to do with where you live actually. And then we also have 6 of spring. Wonderful news is on its way. Smart choices that bring rewards, success, and public recognition. So I feel like actually there's something on the horizon for you guys that's actually coming up in your life that will lead you to your destiny, an opportunity that's coming that you can't see. And right now the message I'm getting is relinquish control. Because something that you can't see is on the horizon that will bring you this opportunity to your destiny. And in the meantime, quiet your mind and listen for that message from your higher self. So that's all I have for you guys. I hope that resonated. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next group. All right, group number 3. Let's see what your destiny is and where you will find your destiny. Okay, so one thing I'm seeing for you guys is that it is a part of your destiny to actually have your own business where you work from home and independently. I don't see you working for anyone else. I don't see you going into someone else's, business and working for them. I see you working for yourself as a freelancer or an independent artist. Now, artist doesn't have to include, just painting, drawing, musicianship, or, it could, but it's just pretty. But being an artist pretty much means you create something unique that only you can create. And because of that, you are high in demand. And because of that, you have a successful business on your own. So I do see that is a part of your destiny. Creating something or doing something that only you can do that people want. And because of that, you are successful. Because I have the card being happily and successfully self-employed. And it also says cherishing your alone time. So one thing I'm seeing, guys, is I really feel like it's in your destiny to have a very successful home business. I feel like you are meant to be materially abundant in this life. So if you picked group number 3, congrats. However, what I'm seeing for you guys is that the biggest lesson in your destiny is learning not to doubt yourself and learning not to shortchange yourself. I feel like a lot of you guys shortchange yourself quite often. You always set the bar a little lower because you know you can reach it. That is not how you're going to find your destiny. That is not how you're going to find your success. One message I'm hearing is do not shortchange yourself. Do not think, that's impossible, so I'm going to go after the realistic. You will not find your destiny that way. Shoot for the stars, because unless you gamble, unless you shoot for it, you are never going to reach the abundance that I see you are meant to have. Now, one thing I'm seeing, guys, is it is a part of your life purpose too, in order to receive these blessings, this material blessing that I see for you running your own business, not to listen to what other people have to say about your idea and keeping your ideas to yourself. I feel like it's very important when you're starting this business or starting this business, not to trust anybody with your ideas, because I see some people in your life who might, tell your ideas with gossip, or might sabotage your ideas or steal your ideas with gossip and vampire. So it's very important for you to be very discerning about who you let into your life. Now, I'm also seeing that one thing in the beginning of your journey is people are going to doubt you. People aren't going to believe in your vision, and that's completely normal. At the beginning of your journey, nobody understands your vision and nobody is going to be your cheerleader. The biggest cheerleader at the beginning of your journey should be yourself, and that's one big lesson I see when you're pursuing your destiny, is not to care what other people have to think about what you're doing, and not to care about what other people have to say, because in the beginning, nobody is going to understand your vision. You have to just prove them wrong. Like at the beginning of my journey, everyone thought it was a joke that I was starting my channel, right? And then I proved them wrong. And that's what I see for you. I see people doubting you at first. And if you get past what they have to say, if you get past these people trying to bring you down because you're trying to do something great, you will find your destiny. But I see the biggest roadblock in your destiny is other people trying to stop you. And I feel like that's because you need to learn the lesson of being your own cheerleader, believing in yourself the most, not listening or caring to what people think you should be doing or what society thinks you should be doing something because you're passionate about it and you love it. Because I'm sorry guys if this is like too negative, but I really do want to give you like an honest description of your destiny. The biggest roadblocks are going to be other people who doubt you and want to bring you down because they don't want to see you succeed while they're being mediocre and average. You are not meant to be mediocre and average. You are meant to do something that you're passionate about, that makes you a lot of money. But people I see are going to be getting in the way and doubting you. Now, one thing I'm also seeing, guys, is be careful about your ego, because it says the illusion of being trapped, placing too much importance on material items, getting caught up in fear and worry. So I feel like, guys, one of your biggest lessons too is when you're chasing material abundance, when you're chasing status, I feel like society tells you in order to be successful, you need 50K on Instagram, you need this car, this designer, that designer. For some of you, you might be chasing that kind of lifestyle. For some of you, you might think that's what you need to be successful. And I'm here to tell you, as long as you're chasing that, you will not find your destiny and you will not find your material abundance. And that's the funny lesson you need to learn in your destiny. As long as you're chasing material gain, status, and 50K on Instagram, you will not get that material abundance that's waiting for you. Because that's the funny thing about life. When you want something, you don't get it. As soon as you detach, you get it. And I'm seeing for you guys, as soon as you stop caring about status, the Instagram followers, as soon as you stop comparing yourself to others and thinking that success means, taking vacations in Dubai and posing with a freaking rainbow over your head or something, that's when you're going to get the lifestyle you've always wanted. As soon as you start caring instead about your art and what you can put out into the world that people will want, as soon as you start focusing on your passion, that is when your material success is going to come in. Not when you're chasing the money, not when you're chasing the status. And that's the biggest lesson I think that you need to learn in this life with your destiny. That as soon as you detach, that's when you'll get your material abundance. Now, how you will find your destiny? Well, guys, how I see it is you're at a crossroads right now. You're trying to decide, what is the practical route? What should I do? Should I take the practical route or should I choose my dreams? Should I choose what it is I want to go after? And I'm seeing that right now you have a decision. You can choose the route that everyone else tells you you need to go down. You can doubt yourself and choose the practical route. You can listen to all the negativity people have to say and choose the safe route. Or you can trust yourself, listen to yourself, be your own greatest cheerleader, and chase your passion and get that material abundance, get that working from home, getting that business where you can work at from home and be free to travel. Because I see with your business, it's going to give you the luxury of being able to travel and work wherever you want so you can live the lifestyle you want. You can be in Paris, you can be in New York, California, wherever, working from your laptop. Because I see you having freedom to do that. And I also see the same people who doubt you in the beginning of your journey crawling back to you when you're successful, crawling back to you, and you're going to prove all of those people wrong who doubted you. Every single person who had something bad to say, every single person who didn't believe in you. When you reach your destiny, those people are going to come crawling back, and it's going to be the best revenge you've ever tasted. But the first thing you need to do, make that decision. Make that decision towards your passion, not choosing it because it's the material success way, not choosing it because it's the comfortable way, not choosing it because you doubt yourself, but choosing the way that will bring you the most happiness and joy. So that's all I have for you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next group. All right, to group number 4, let's see what your destiny is and how you will find it. Okay, guys, so I feel like with the star Since you guys were pretty little, you've had a huge calling. You feel like you were meant to do something really great. And I see that with the star. And you know what else I see with the star? You were meant to stand out and be different. Some of you guys might already feel pretty different than others. Some of you guys might not even realize how great your differences are. I feel like a lot of you guys aren't aware of your personal power. And I feel like right now, this year, at this present moment, you guys are really working on figuring out who it is you truly are, what it is you stand for. I feel like you're really figuring out, how people work and how you work and what it is you truly want. I feel like this year is a big year for you in self-discovery and finding what it is that makes you tick, finding who you truly are as a person, finding those things about yourself that make you different and embracing them. So one thing I'm seeing for you guys is you guys have a brilliant mind with the Ace of Swords. You guys are so intelligent. And I feel like a lot of you guys don't even realize how intelligent you are, because from what I'm seeing through this is you guys kind of downplay yourself. You guys kind of like hide your light to yourself and to others. So one thing I'm seeing, guys, is it's your destiny to use your brilliant mind, to use that unique thought process that you have to create something beautiful in this world. Now, initially when I looked at this group, I thought of entrepreneur. I thought of someone who uses their hands to create something beautiful for the world. I thought of someone who's good with their hands. So this could be an artist, but like making something or building something, inventing something that has never been done before, because I have pioneer. So guys, it's a part of your destiny to do something that no one else has done before, paving the way for other people. Like the first person, whoever it was that did pick a cards on YouTube. Can you imagine like who did that first? Seriously, it's like such a big thing on YouTube now. You're going to be that person. You're going to be that first person who did pick a cards on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like metaphorically. You're going to be a pioneer that paves the way for so many other people by using your unique mind, by using your intellect and your creative way of thinking. And I feel like this year is really about stepping into your personal power and realizing that you have these unique set of gifts, realizing that you are meant to be a star. You're not meant to fade into the night sky, you are meant to stand out. And I see this year being a year where you embrace your difference. Now, one thing I'm seeing, guys, is for some of you, I feel like you guys have to go back to school. And I think that's how you're going to find your destiny. And not necessarily school for like a pointless degree, but like learning something new that will help you in creating this thing that has never been done before. This could include, like going to a business class or like learning how to do a new form of art. This could be, just expanding your knowledge. I feel like that's what you need to do to find your destiny, is expand your knowledge right now. I feel like your destiny is coming, but there's not really anything you need to specifically do except be living your life, be discovering who it is you are, discover your differences, embrace your differences and your talents, and figure out who it is you are and what it is you want. That's what you need to be doing right now, and that's where you are on your path. Right now, I feel like this is a general message, so I'm going to get multiple messages. Right now, I feel like you guys are pretty grossly underappreciated where you are, because I have the Eight of Pentacles reversed. I feel like you might be on the right path. Like, I don't feel like you're off path to your destiny. I feel like you're right where you're supposed to be right now. However, I feel like some of you guys are maybe working for not enough money. You're grossly underappreciated at where you are, or you're grossly underappreciating yourself. And this year, what I want you to do is really just figure out who you are on a core level. Discover your talents and differences and embrace those differences. Meanwhile, expanding your knowledge. Learn something new that you feel called to learn. That's what I really feel like. For you guys to find your destiny, you need to expand your knowledge by learning about something you feel called to learn more about. And once you do that, you're really going to discover your destiny and it's going to fall into your lap. You guys are meant to be great leaders, great pioneers. You are supposed to pave the way for a lot of people with your unique invention and your unique creation. Okay, so I have the 3 of Autumn. Follow your passion when it comes to your career. Be the best at what you do. Being compensated for your creative talents. Wow. So you guys are meant to be compensated for your creative talents. And you are going to be the best in your field. So much so that people are going to look to you like the Northern Star, like a guide. They're going to look up to you like the pioneer and leader that you are. People are going to base their work off of what you have done. And that's just because you finally embraced yourself and you finally embraced who you were. You embraced your difference and you invented something that no one else could possibly think of because your uniqueness gifted you that. So it's time to embrace your uniqueness, guys, and stop dulling your light. Okay, and I also see for you guys, oh yeah, I have student too, so I really feel like you guys have to expand your knowledge. I also see for you guys, you guys are meant to have very fulfilling emotional lives. We have a new relationship or emotional experience, invitations to social events, a compassionate friend that you can share your concerns with. I really feel like with the Star and the Princess of Summer and the Knight of Summer, this really talks about having great emotional fulfillment. Feeling emotionally loved. And you know, the feeling I'm getting from this is twin flame. Because when I see the Star, I think of destiny, I think of flames. And when I look at the Princess of Summer, a new relationship or emotional experience, I feel like you guys are meant to meet your twin flame in this life. I feel like you guys are meant to be in a loving relationship. I feel like you guys are meant to be in love with life. And I see that for you guys because I have wishes coming true, dreams fulfilled, a magical time of life. And I have the Star, so like wishing on a star. So if you could wish on a star right now, what would your life be like? I want you to think about that. What would it be like if there was no restrictions? If you could wish upon a star right now, what would you say you wished for? Everything that you just thought of, I have the card wishes coming true, dreams fulfilled, a magical time of life. So emotional fulfillment, your wishes coming true. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and move on. All right. Group number 5, let's see what your destiny is and where you will find your destiny. Okay, guys, so this is the cards for spiritual teacher, psychic. There's always a card for that. Okay, so guys, you guys are really, really old souls. You've been there, done that many times in past lives. I know some of you don't believe in past lives, but look, this is what I'm seeing. You guys have an old soul and you have innate wisdom inside of you that you need to share with the world. You have an innate understanding of the spiritual. You have an innate understanding of how the world works on a spiritual level. You guys are highly, highly in tune, highly psychic. If you guys haven't awakened your psychic abilities yet, that might come as a shock. A lot of the times people who are born with older souls or have psychic ability or are very in tune, when they're children, they have psychic experiences. But as we get older, we tone them down because, you know, people look at us weird or the world, you know, tells us it's fake, you know. But I really feel like you guys were born with natural spiritual abilities. And I feel like you are meant to teach those things to the world. Wow, guys, because guess what? I also have mystic. So this could literally mean tarot reader, life coach, Reiki healer. I feel like you are meant to heal using spirituality. So let me think. Reiki healer, massage therapist, but I don't think it's as simple as massage therapy because I feel like you are really meant to maybe coach people on the law of attraction, write about spirituality, have a YouTube channel about spirituality, offer channeled messages, help people come to ease with their loved ones passing on, but you are meant to do something in the realms of spirituality, guys, and you are meant to heal people with your knowledge and your healer aura. I'm almost feeling like you guys are meant to be the cosmic mother of the universe. You are meant to mother people in a way. You're meant to nurture people in a way. You are meant to be like an ear to listen to. You are meant to help ease people with their problems and tell them how to fix it using spirituality and the law of attraction. You guys are the supreme healers and mothers or fathers of the universe. You are meant to heal people and nurture people with your wisdom, your healing and psychic ability. And we also have teacher. This reminds me of my life path number, life path 33, the master teacher, life path 6s. You are meant to show people unconditional love and heal people with your psychic ability, your unconditional love, your ear, your counseling, because you guys give such great advice. You guys have a heavy load. You guys have a heavy load, guys. Now, one thing I'm seeing for you guys is you have this amazing destiny. You were sent here on this earth to help awaken people. You were sent here on this earth to almost be like the Christ consciousness, to heal people, to show them love. Mother Teresa is almost the vibes I'm getting, okay? But with that heavy load, you have to stop. One thing I'm seeing, because on the path to your destiny, it's not just handed to you easily, okay? There's challenges so you can reach your supreme destiny. So you have to earn it. So what I see for you guys is changing the world with your teachings and your views and your knowledge and your healing. But you have to stop caring about what people think with the 6 of Wands in reverse. Some of you might be holding yourself back because you're scared of what other people think. Maybe you guys haven't gotten the recognition you've been wanting to get right now. Maybe you guys haven't been getting the popularity you want. Maybe you guys haven't been getting the appreciation you want right now in life. I'm seeing that. But what I'm seeing is you need to stop caring about your popularity. Stop caring about the appreciation. Because guess what? Being a mother, teacher, mystic is a thankless job. It is, okay? You are what's going to shape the world into being the better future. But guess what? Teachers are underpaid. Mothers are always, scorned at, right? You're going to have a thankless job. You're going to change the world. You're going to inspire many. But if you're looking for popularity and validation, it's going to stifle you on your life purpose. You need to stop caring about the popularity. Stop caring about the fame. Stop caring about people's adoration for you. I know you guys want to be adored. That's what keeps you going. That's okay. That's normal. But if you are constantly seeking validation, sugarcoating things, telling people what they want to hear, doing things because you think it would be popular, you're not going to find your destiny and reach your supreme destiny. You just can't care what other people have to think, okay? Sometimes you have to shake things up and say the hard, honest truth, but that's what I see for you guys. Okay, so what do I see? What moves do you need to make? Okay. So what I'm seeing right now, guys, is it's time for you guys to move. It's time for you guys to end a cycle in your life. So this could mean physically moving or changing your career or like changing a part of your career into a new direction. But something in your life needs to come to an end. It needs to come to a close so it can evolve in something bigger. What I'm mostly seeing is right now, guys, you will find your destiny somewhere else where you don't live. I feel like where you live right now is not where you will find your destiny. I feel like you need a fresh start in a new environment. But right now, I feel like you need to save your money because I manage resources wisely, achieve a balance in how you spend and save money. So I feel like you really need to save your money for this move. So don't just move right now. I feel like you need to plan things out and save your money. Or if you're thinking about stopping the job you're in now because it's thankless or because it's not matching up with your morals or it's kind of beneath your talents as a psychic healer, a spiritual leader, right now is not the best time to quit. Right now is not the best time to move. Right now, you need to save your money for the future because very soon you are going to need to make that move. You are going to need to make that transition, but you need to have your finances set up first. Okay, and I also have the High Priestess. Guys, I have so many psychic cards here. I had Mystic, High Priestess, and Queen of Cups. You guys are very, very spiritually and psychically gifted. Wow. And I feel like you are going to use those psychic and healing gifts in your life purpose and honestly change the world. This is a beautiful stack. So that's all I have for you guys. So that's all I have for this pick a card reading. I hope this resonated, and I will see you guys later. Bye.